And I'm doing better at maneuvering my guys than I have in other wars, where I just kind of get outmaneuvered sometimes. Um, here I'm like, oh, derp, I don't have my troops. And I'm like, ugh, crap. And I send it back. I was like, where is it? Oh no, not there. Noes. Like, oh great. So I send it back over. Actually, I have more troops here that I could have used, but I don't think I'll need them. And as you can see, there's some rebels popping up because their war exhaustion is just going higher and higher as I'm capturing provinces, and their war exhaustion was already at like 12, and the war capacity is probably 0 at this point. So, at this point, I don't really think I realize that the Golden Horde is no longer in the war. Russia is no longer in the war with the Golden Horde. In fact, is no longer in the war at all. And I'm still at war with them when there's no reason to be at war with them. I could maybe try to get some money out of them, but I don't realize it yet. Let me know what you guys think about doing the post commentary. I know I don't like doing it, but yeah, I just kind of babble as I'm playing, giving insights into what I'm doing. But when you have a chance of thinking about it, you can maybe give a more concise answer of what you're doing and when and why. Here I'm just saying that I'm leaving those two open because yeah, they're not really important. I can capture them later, and I have troops in the area that can deal with them, and actually Byzantium might deal with them. So, and I'm too busy chasing this army around to really worry about it. I should probably keep my thing open at the bottom to get more information. That's one of the things that I really liked about Crusader Kings, that you could see what was happening all over the world. It blocked a bit too much of the screen for me in this game, so I turned it off. Especially since I switched back to a non-widescreen resolution to try to help the game run, and it runs more smoothly, but I don't know. So basically, war is going real well. Don't really have any major threats. I had a couple of bumps here and there when I lost it, and here I get my Latin Caracol cavalry, and I don't do anything about it right now because I was waiting until a battle was over. Not that one, but the one in Mazenderan, because I expected to lose that battle, and there's no reason to upgrade the troops if they're just going to be killed then. So, yeah, just keep moving down the coast there, and of course not. And I don't think of making a peace with them. I technically don't have any war score with them, and that's where Berezov is. And Russia's not doing anything. I don't think I realized that Russia is not at war with them anymore, and I'm just kind of expecting Russia to do something that they can't do. So. And there's Hungary trying to give me a peace deal, and I'm just waiting for them to eat up Hungary. And well, Hungary's actually at war with a bunch of people, and they're trying to give me a bunch of money. And I decide that I don't want it because Russia is still at war with them, as is it looks like Croatia and Bohemia as well. So I wanted to get Byzantium to make whatever peace they want, to get as much of them as they can. And the Battle of Mazenderan isn't actually over yet. And I'm discovering, there we go, there we lose the battle. And that was a big army. I was a bit reckless with my thing, and there I replaced the cavalry. when you upgrade troops, you get a penalty to their morale for a while. And here I move that gigantic doom stack over to intercept them. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think they're pursuing my army there. And there's another stack from Polotsk coming down. But I have reinforcements on the way, so I'm not overly concerned. And we got a nice ring over there. Most of that has actually been done by and here I'm thinking, well, Astrakhan. Oh, but I'm not at war with Astrakhan. It's like Hungary. I'm just kind of trying to see what I can get out of Hungary. And force religion. Making more people Catholic is a good idea. I lose a casus belli on them, but I'm not likely to bother declaring war on them directly, so I don't really care. And I do notice that Portugal almost borders them, so Portugal may have gotten land out of this war too. I don't believe they ended up getting anything out of the war. So here, I don't think I do anything. Yeah, I'm just kind of canceling it out and going back over. And yeah, the Royal Navy here. I don't even remember if that was actually I named that or if it was just something I made. Here, Polotsk is kind of crying uncle. When the AI starts to asking for peace, they either are not really wanting to fight because they have nothing to gain, or they're losing badly. And Polotsk is losing badly. But I'm going to try to get, as much war score as I can out of them. I'm checking, because one of my guys died, and I think I get another guy. I buy another one from the thing. Not these ones, but the tradition guys. So I don't see anything good here, so I go back and notice that I'm at 100% cultural tradition, and I think I get a land tech dude, army reformer. Or maybe I don't. And here's where I turn down my treasury. I'm like, meh, land, that sucks. And I unlock my other sliders, and I leave my navy up because they get a ship upgrade. And there's actually 2 ship upgrades in each of the next 2 upgrades. One of which I thought was really good and wasn't, and the other one is actually good. The next big ship upgrade. So, yeah. I'm like, Galleus, that's something great, right? No, it's a galley upgrade. And I end up doing something stupid because I don't realize that that's there. Or that's what it is. So, yeah, the war's going pretty well, and as you can see, they're kind of avoiding me. But I catch them, and I destroy the entire army. And Hungary has made peace with Pskov, and they lose a territory to Pskov, or Skov, or however you pronounce that. So Mazandaran is mine. I probably should have taken some of these deals here, but I didn't. As you might have noticed, the way into Hungary actually has lands outside of the area that Byzantium is actually capturing. So, and I don't think Croatia likes Byzantium very much, and it's very unlikely that they would have any kind of recourse to go through them to get to where they need to go. So, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Here I'm splitting up my army a little bit, or I thought about splitting up my army, and I just kind of leave him there for a while, give him a general, And I decided to just leave them there and then move this army over. But I want to go through. I don't want to go through the rebels because Polotsk might have to deal with the rebels instead of me. So, being much more successful in this war, obviously, and it's 4 or 5 provinces, 6 provinces actually, I think, along there. And here I'm explaining what I want to do with Hungary and getting Byzantium something out of it. So, yeah, and I think they're at war with Kandahar and Marv at this point, which is why they're moving troops up into their more Central Asian areas. And Byzantium's actually capturing Kaffa. So, here I decide to actually do something about those guys in Joseph's land, so I just kind of think about moving them there. I'm like, maybe. Well, I don't remember what I'm looking for here. I have a lot of colonies. I just noticed. And then, like, they're not really doing that well in the siege. So, I just send them in without worrying about grouping them up. Most likely they get there at the same time. So, yeah. I'm just trying to skirt around everything. I move them into Fars because they're taking quite a bit of attrition damage. They're down to like 200 guys per squad out of an originally really huge army. So, but I don't know why, because they're actually reinforcing there. So, and at this point in the war, I'm actually gaining manpower. So, we're losing it more slowly. I'm doing my normal magistrate dealies. I decided to do land reforms before I did the post office things because post offices don't actually have that much of an effect on it in the short term, much more in the long term. But in the short term, it's better to get the guys first, or the land reform to actually get more money sooner, so, because that increases my tech rate and all that kind of stuff. And there we kicked him out of Joseph's land, and we'll pursue them up there. And I think we just leave them there to siege people. We discovered Tayuman, which is another Golden Horde province. Yeah, one of these days I'm just gonna make Russia take them. Here I kind of realized that, you know, there's nothing I can really get out of the Golden Horde, so I leave them there. Still not really registering that Russia is not at war with them. And there's some rebels up in Polotsk, up there, and they're not really doing anything to Hungary right now. Because Polotsk is the war leader, I can't really do anything to Hungary. And as you can see, that pretty much Hungary's got everything they own occupied. You can see some has, Croatia has some, and yeah. And I just start assaulting as I go. And I realize, hey, that's a bigger army than I thought I had there. So I assault it, losing all of my infantry in the process, because that's, you know, a good idea. And Hungary's offering me another one. The money they're offering me is less and less. But, yeah. And Gooby succeeds. And I'm kind of looking around because I realized that I actually have a colonist at that point. I'm looking at the African places and realizing how many natives they have. It's not really a good idea to put them there. But there are the 4 things. So what I do is I march my troops up through here. I guess I haven't done it yet. Checking out what the Incas are doing, because I was like, oh wait, Portugal may be killing them, so I should look. And they're not. So yeah. And checking out to see if anybody else is doing any colonizing, which they aren't, because they're useless. And lamenting the fact that, Norway lost their colonies up there. Francois. And that France is at war with Provence, a war they will probably lose. No, actually, they probably win against Provence. I think it's the right place. And I'm just looking around, trying to find people. Actually, I don't. Oh yeah, I'm looking to see if they have Quest for the New World. They probably don't even need Quest for the New World at this point. And once I get like Hawaii, I can replace my Quest for the New World idea. One of the things I do need to do is I need to get something on the Pacific to kind of block Polotsk off from the area that's basically going to be the United States. So I'm going to have to start doing that soon. Even though, I mean, yeah, there's the whole Mexico was like California and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. I just kind of want the New World to have a variety, I guess. Okay, a peace offer from Polotsk. And they give us a 12 infamy peace deal. Kind of looking around. They'll give me Dagestan, Shahrazor, yeah, and they'll release a bunch of stuff. So, but I'm basically like looking at what's going on because if I took that peace deal with them, then nobody would be at war with Hungary, etc. And there we destroy their army there. So that's 2 huge armies that we've destroyed of theirs. And here I'm splitting up my armies a bit because they're getting attrition to death. And I send the little one that way and the bigger one that way to kind of block their entrance into the lands that I've kind of occupied. And there I have some infantry back, and I just leave that guy there. Just looking at Australia, and I still haven't used my colonist, but I can't do anything there. Still landlocked province that doesn't have anything bordering it. Anything of mine bordering it. I decide not to use one on any of those. And just keep looking at it. I don't remember why. I was just thinking about putting one in where the lowest growth was, but I ended up not doing that, and I go with a more I suppose conventional option with Jamaica. Jamaica's actually got quite a few natives, which I actually don't do anything with because I don't have any cogs. Those are all big ships right there. Yeah. And I don't know what I was looking at here. Oh, I was discussing how I didn't really need a European army anymore. I do need it to defend against whoever might be there. Definitely not France. France is losing to Provence, it looks like. I see 2 of their provinces captured there. It's like a Christmas wreath. Look at that. Green, red, and black. I guess Christmas would be white. Green, red, and white. Maybe that's some kind of other Christian thing. I don't know. Colonial migration. They actually leave one colony to go to another. They leave the area around where New Orleans is to go to the Turks Islands, which is, I believe, in the Mediterranean. And I look at the provinces in a minute. And, you know, I decide, Turks Islands, look at all, got sugar and, you know, taxes. And it's like, well, Turks are base 5 and base 3. Yeah, it's probably a better place. I don't know what I'm looking at over here. Just kind of making sure that Portugal's not doing anything stupid. They can declare war on me and not call me into it, so I don't necessarily always know when Portugal is fighting someone. They've been fighting Norway for quite a while, and they haven't called me in to it. And as you can see, Byzantium is actually fighting in Hamadan there. And we'll end up capturing it for me, I believe. Yeah. And then just kind of splitting it and assaulting in there. And Hungary still hasn't made peace with everybody, but Byzantium is actually sieging their last 2 provinces. So, yeah. I just kind of decide to let Byzantium do whatever they want there. Siege of attack is over because I did that, and at this point I believe I decided to do something about those Ottoman patriots and take care of them, Turkish patriots. Then I decided not to. I think I'm just waiting for a day when I would actually be replenished before I arrived. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. There we go. Just to make make extra double sure. And the wall breach, so I assaulted there. No wall breach there. I may have decided to do it anyway, but I didn't. So basically at this point I'm just trying to defeat armies and capture provinces to get war success more than anything else. Because I'm not really getting anything out of it, because I can't take that many provinces, and I don't want to start getting dishonorable scum declarations on me, so that's definitely not something I want to deal with. The dishonorable scum event, which I have discussed in the past, other people having dishonorable scum, not necessarily me, but I lost quite a few more troops than they did there, is probably the worst thing you could possibly get in the game, because not only does it give you a penalty to reputation, it makes people very likely to declare war on you. Everybody in the world gets a casus belli on you, dishonorable scum, and the bordering powers and powers that think they can get an advantage are very likely to do so, which can become very bad. So, yeah. If you look at Eugene of Savoy's Let's Play of Divine Wind, you can see just how bad it will be. Now, he's playing as Russia, and he's super aggressive and attacks everyone, and so he has like 100. At the point that I was watching, he had like 100 infamy. So, Yeah, it got pretty bad. I started losing stability to events and losing all of his merchants and all of his diplomats. It was a mess. His magistrates, and you need magistrates to build buildings in that game, so it's a mess, and it's something I want to avoid at all costs. And it causes revolts everywhere. It's just horrible. So it's kind of more like overextension is not like what realm duress was in Crusader Kings. More realm duress is more like dishonorable scum is probably on the level of realm duress from Crusader Kings. So I'm just kind of looking. It's like, why aren't you doing anything, Russia? I'm like, oh, they're not actually at war with them, huh? They are at war with a bunch of people, but they're not at war with Russia. So I'm like, oh, screw this. White peace. And yeah, I get it. There's no real reason to keep on keeping on there. And Polotsk is doing the deed there. I think they like lost a little army there or something. I don't know. And some heretics attacking Polotsk there. I don't think I did anything about that. And neither did Byzantium. So yeah, just keep going through, killing everybody. Now here you got a situation where you might actually keep there. Sometimes when you get a choke point like that, you can really start milking the war, pushing their war exhaustion higher and higher. And as you can see now that they're actually being invaded by people. So they're just kind of like leaving Byzantium to do whatever they want there. And I lost a general, but he's not a general that I actually need, so I don't care. And I finally start doing something about those rebels. There's a wall breach there, so I assault. I got 90-some thousand guys there, so, or 9,000 guys there. And they're actually moving down, so I reconsider that. But I noticed they're attacking Baluchistan. And, yeah. I'll think about it for a moment or so. Or for longer than a moment. I decided, you know what? Do it anyway. And, you know, captured it. Guillaumarch, is that actually, that's not actually our king, I don't think. I think that's just a general. And then I start moving in there to kind of intercept their army moving through there when they go through into there. And they actually stop moving into there with one of their armies and start moving into Marv. Yeah. Just kind of keeping everything done. And get the benign neglect thing again. Calling the the Papal States diabolical doesn't seem very in character for us. But that is what had just happened with that cardinal thing. I don't know what I'm doing here. I know that this is an event that I don't really care about. So. And they just avoided me there. I'm going to be there on August 1st. And I got a 16 one, but I don't want that.